Hello everybody, welcome to another movie review. This time I am reviewing The Pawnbroker, which was released in 1964. Viewed this movie in 2016, gave it a rating of 3. Forget the fact that Sidney Lumet directed it, and forget the fact that Rod Steiger was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor. The Pawnbroker, the first American movie to deal with the Holocaust from the viewpoint of a survivor, is one of the most boring, dated movies I've seen in years. Please don't take offense to that because of the subject matter. I am just rating this movie objectively based on the movie itself. Hardly much happens in it. Every time a shot of the concentration camp is shown, the moment is so short and murky that I am unable to make heads or tails of it. Naturally enough, the Jewish get rounded up and are sent to the concentration camps to work or die. Pretty much, Rod Steiger pretends to have suffered the horrors of the concentration camp, but really, he is just an actor. He just isn't working out for me. Jaime Sanchez in his film debut, and who is most memorable for his work in The Wild Bunch, doesn't help either, as he turns in a hammy performance that's suitable for the theater. You probably missed him somewhere in The Pawnbroker, as it is Morgan Freeman's first film. And to be honest, he looks really different in this movie compared to how he looks now. Age really suits him well, in my opinion. The blood used is actually chocolate syrup, which is a common knowledge because it's often used for black and white films. Psycho is such an example. The Pawnbroker is probably the first black and white Hollywood film I've seen that includes a black woman in the nude. That's true. All in all, hardly much happens for 2 hours in The Pawnbroker, and I fell asleep a lot while watching it. Let's take a look at the cover real quick. Movie cover not that bad, but honestly there's nothing there's no specific illustration or poster that I could pinpoint for this type of movie just because it's so, there's no raw action. I mean, it's horrific what the characters supposedly had to go through, but I don't think this movie really captures that point in history significant enough to make other people want to watch it. Here's a couple of quotes. It says, "The pawnbroker is full of emotional shocks. It turns into the mind." Somewhat. He does have flashbacks and things like that, but I just think the scenes take way too long to progress to what we could find out what the main character went through. The Pawnbroker is a shockingly good film, superbly directed, flawlessly acted. If at the time it might have been shocking and everything like that, but it has not stood the test of time. This was made in 1964, and some films have been made earlier than that and are still memorable. This film does not test, the time. It's not as memorable to where people are still talking about it today, such as other films like, let me just take an example off the top of my head. Titanic, everybody remembers it. It's memorable. Other movies having to do with the Holocaust are way more memorable, but I just can't think of the titles right now. And then we have another quote, says, "The Pawnbroker is one of the most remarkably gripping movies of all time," from Cosmopolitan magazine. I don't know who trusts the opinions of Cosmopolitan magazine. That's kind of weird. I mean, I understand Time magazine, Life magazine, but Cosmopolitan magazine, what did they get out of this movie? Who were they watching for this film? I don't understand. And then The Pawnbroker is undoubtedly one of the finest pictures in many years by Coronet magazine. I don't know. There's so many films. I'm sure we could find other ones that are like a little bit more memorable and finer than this. I mean, it's not like a horrible film, but like I said, it's not really memorable for its content. It's just could have been done differently, a little better. But I'm not the director, so anyways, remember I gave this movie a rating of 3. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. Go ahead and check out my other movie reviews, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please check out my other playlists. Thank you.